love this art that puts spectators into their seats.
A story well played out is no small part. The place where stage and page are apt to meet. On the page they had their start, words that soon become art, rights and wrongs, poetry and songs, playing out for all to see and hear.
But is there something more that lies entwined? It's true, a story draws them as a whole, yet in their play, tales can be sublime. A place where senses sometimes meet the soul. On the page they have a start, words that soon rights and wrongs, playing on the page they have their start, words that soon become art, rights and wrongs, poetry and songs, playing out for all to see and hear. In every story there exists a life, a turn of drama having not been played. It may be one of cheer or one of strife, awaiting to be written and be made.
The writer is in place, with pen in hand. It's time to start and see what he has planned.
As we gaze through the years that cycle by, and seasons give us sun and give us rain, poetic is the life that will soon sigh, in verses many, but with one refrain. The chorus that is echoed from above in meter and in rhyme, though sometimes crude, refers to longing and the wish for love, a taste of which is thought the sweetest food. So, what impedes a yearning heart to find another one that shares a common beat? The answer isn't from outside confined. It's from within that love finds her defeat. Sometimes, to chronicle these tales austere, a writer's best recourse is just to hear.
Friends, colleagues, and esteemed guests, our next speaker is a first-time presenter here at the Society. As a matter of fact, this is a rare treat for us because Dr. Charles Eliot seldom takes speaking engagements. But with a little coercion from his colleagues in the Psychological Society, we are delighted to have him speak to us today. Charles Eliot is an Associate Professor of Psychology at the Larkin Institute for Cognitive Studies. Dr. Eliot is an author and co-author of 3 highly acclaimed books dealing with perceptive and cognitive dysfunction. His first book, The World in Our Reality, was written by Dr. Eliot while he was still in graduate school at the tender age of 28, and immediately marked him as an innovator in both psychological research and practice. All of Dr. Eliot's books are available in the lobby. A recent recipient of the Glenn Fellowship for Research in Psychology, Dr. Eliot is here to present his paper entitled The Multiplicity of Perception. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it is the Society's great pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Charles Eliot.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But please believe me when I tell you that we feel as though we've done just about all that we can for Charlie. His test scores have all but disappeared within the past year. Sometimes he seems attentive in class, but day to day it's unclear as to whether he'll participate or do any writing. This, coupled with his refusal to speak, is making it very difficult for us to mark any improvement in his entire 6th grade year. He isn't thriving here, Mrs. Elliott. There are schools better equipped to handle children with special needs like Charlie's.
Schools in other cities, big cities.
I'm afraid that may be true. It may mean moving or sending Charlie away for a period of time.
Expensive schools.
We all want what's best for Charlie, Mrs. Elliott.
The doctor says he has agoraphobia.
Well, it's a phobia. We all have those, don't we? I imagine that we do. I'm sure that some cases are more critical than others. I'm really not equipped to answer that.
It's not like he has brain damage.
No. Mrs. Elliott, the death of his father was obviously a traumatic event for Charlie.
Yes.
It follows that, well, it seems that this was finally enough to push him into this downward spiral. On top of this, his panic attacks have become more frequent. This isn't unheard of. There are qualified professionals who have dealt with cases like this. They have the understanding and better resources to help children like Charlie. Frankly, I'm concerned for his social and emotional development. Charlie has very little to do with any of the other students. He spends his recess time sitting alone, eating his lunch away from the group.
Jam sandwiches.
Pardon?
He loves apple jam sandwiches. It's all I can ever make him for lunch. Doesn't he have any friends at school?
I would say no. The friends that he once had pay little attention to him now.
Well, aren't there any other kids who struggle? Socially, I mean?
Well, there's a new girl, a foster child. She was taken from a pretty ugly family situation. She's a very bright girl, good grades, and she's well behaved, and she's marginally social with the other children. But oddly enough, she seems primarily interested in Charlie.
Interested? So Charlie does have a friend?
Well, it's difficult to say. She keeps her distance, but almost every day she spends her recess time either watching Charlie or writing in a book.
She just watches?
Yes, it's just something I've noticed.
Well, what does she write in the book?
I don't know. Mrs. Elliott, here's the name and number of a school in Indianapolis that I think would do Charlie a world of good. Unless he starts to communicate again, I fear there's little more we can do here. Please think about it, won't you?
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Singletary.
such a lonely, lonely child. Gabby, Mike, are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
But even the saddest melody can perk up with a bit of accompaniment, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Why don't we bring a bit of light to the hillside?
You got it.
Right away.
Hi. We've never been officially introduced. I'm Amanda. People call me Mandy. I know your name is Charlie, and I know you don't talk, but I know you can. I know that your dad died 9 months ago, and you haven't talked since. And I know that you eat the same kind of sandwich every day at lunch. Jam and bread. And I know that you get panic attacks. But I don't think you're getting one now. See? It's getting better already. I'm not right all the time, but I am right 72% of the time. I've been keeping track. 72% is well above average for someone my age. People tell me that I'm very perceptive. I think it's very perceptive of them to notice. I know your mom and Miss Singletary had a long talk about how if you don't start talking soon, they're going to have to send you to a special school away from here. You didn't know I knew that, did you? Impressed? You know what I am? I'm an observer of life. People can know a lot if they just be quiet and watch. You've been quiet for an awfully long time. I bet you know just about everything. I know something else, too. I think you're going to talk. Today, here, to me. Well, if you don't want to go away to a special school in a strange city, you might as well start talking. And it might as well be to me, because I'm going to be your best friend. Well, enough about you. I'll tell you more about me. I'm new here, but I know you know that. I'm from Indianapolis. I got foster parents now, because my real parents went to jail. I don't even think they're my real parents, because I'm nothing like them, and I've never been anything like them. As a matter of fact, people tell me that I'm my own person. I like that, even though I know it's just a polite way of saying you don't fit in. You know what I really think? I think that I might be of royal descent. I might even be a princess. That would explain everything. I must aspire to something higher. I have a greater and nobler purpose. Maybe some country was under siege by a formidable enemy. Swords clashed, cannons roared, and I was sent away as an infant to America for my own protection. Then one day I will be reclaimed as a sovereign ruler who will bring peace and prosperity to my people. It could happen, Charlie. Sometimes pretend things are more real than real life. I think life's just a play anyway. When the play is over, that's when real life begins. William Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Do you believe that? I do. I have to. It means there's hope. Of something else. Something better than this. Otherwise, why get up in the morning? Behind the scenes of our daily reality, there is a crew that is setting the stage. There is an author who writes it all carefully. We take our cues from the page.
I just heard.
Heard what? That I got up in front of an esteemed audience of my peers to deliver an academic paper, but barely got out a dozen words before hyperventilating and falling to pieces behind the podium?
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
Listen, Charlie, that kind of thing could happen to anybody.
No, Stan, that kind of thing could only happen to me.
That's not true, and you know it.
Where's my credibility?
Listen, you're an up-and-comer. You have academic celebrity. You're mysterious. People love that.
I'm a wreck.
You're not a wreck. You're brilliant. You're a success. Man, I wish I could stand in your shoes.
You don't know where they've been.
Well, where have they been, Charles? Are you ever going to say? Pretty exciting where your shoes are heading anyway. You've got to admit that. Still a wreck?
I can't seem to get all the way there. There's always a hiccup or a breakdown, something.
Remind me again why you got into psychology, Charles.
Because I was so dissatisfied with my own.
Exactly! Maybe that's why we all got into it. At least you're facing your fears. A lot of people don't even get that far.
Well, a lot of good that did me this time.
Probably did more good than you know. Listen, wasn't there a period in your life where you'd have multiple panic attacks daily?
Yes.
And before this episode behind the podium, how long has it been since your last panic attack?
A year and a half, maybe almost 2 years.
Now, wouldn't you call that progress? Maybe all you have now is a fear of public speaking.
I know it's still more than that.
Why?
Because whenever somebody wants me to do something, I can never say no.
You say no to me all the time!
That's because we're close. We share a hallway. You borrow my socks. It's other people I have a problem with. I'm scared that if I say no, I'll start to panic.
Well, so? Tons of people can't say no. You're compliant. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm too compliant.
Nah, makes you likable.
Somebody likes me, all right.
Yeah, tons of people. Wait, what are we talking about here?
Julia.
Yeah, so Julia likes you.
I think she likes me more than I thought.
What do you mean?
I might be engaged.
What?
Yeah.
Like to be married engaged?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a big deal. To the dean's daughter?
Yeah, Julia Linder.
I didn't know you two, were serious.
Well, it's been about 4 weeks now. She's coming over any minute. We're going out to eat.
When did this happen?
Friday night before I left for the Psych Society convention.
Congratulations.
I'm scared to death.
Wait a minute. Did you say you might be engaged? What does that mean exactly? Might be.
It's a long story.
I've got time.
Well, it's complicated, Stan.
Enlighten me.
Okay, but I'm going to have to set the scene. I'll just go over here. This is the start. We met up in the park. We get a bench on which to have lunch on a bright Saturday. She looked beautiful. Everything's going smooth. She started talking. What else could I say?
Do you think I'm pretty?
Yes.
Or smart? Do you think I'm smart?
Yes.
Do you think I'm witty?
I guess, yes.
Well, most men would agree, and it shows your good taste.
Whoa, Charlie, just hold on a minute. You can't just agree to things if they're not true.
Well, I might think they're true.
Is that so? Convince me. Do you think she's witty?
Well, I think she's pretty.
And that's all.
Don't judge me.
Is that what you want?
She has her moments.
Yeah, like 1, 2, a year?
It's our next date. I picked her up at 8, wanted to impress her, nothing lesser, so I took her to Jake's. We got a table in the back. Everything's going smooth. She started talking. What else could I say?
Do you come here often?
Yes?
Oh, come on.
You must be a man of means, very well off. We'll have Glen Florentino and a bottle of your most expensive champagne. Oh, is that okay?
Yes.
Charles, this girl will take you to the cleaners. You've got to hold back. Take a stand.
But how? She's a nice girl.
With an expensive appetite, you don't eat lamb.
Well, I guess I do now.
Next time you go to Jake's, get me a box.
It's a fancy restaurant. You don't get boxes.
I like their leftovers.
It's tacky.
No, it's not.
It's our latest date. She is looking great. Took her to a pub, then to a club to hear some cool jazz. We listened to the band. Everything's going smooth. She started talking. What else could I say?
Do you love me?
Yes.
Good, 'cause I love you too. Let's get engaged. Can we tell our parents?
Yes.
Do you wanna dance, honey?
Well, I'm not one.
Yes!
Wow. Charles, when did you learn how to dance?
I didn't.
Then who's leading?
Julia is.
Is this dance a picture of your life together? Take a good look. This is your wedded bliss. Okay, that all could have been handled better.
Yeah, it's not how I pictured getting engaged.
There wasn't even a proposal, was there? Did I miss it?
See, that's what I mean. I know I need to take a stand, but I'm scared that if I say no, I'll have an attack right in front of her.
Well, so that might not be the worst thing in the world. You've got to face your fears. Remember your therapy. It's not the situation that leads you to panic as much as
is
the fear of
panicking itself. Yeah. I know that, but I can't risk it this time.
Why not?
She's not going to want to date me anymore if I freak out right in front of her.
You don't know that. Besides, there are other fish in the sea.
Stan!
What?
There might not be other fish in the sea for me.
Why not?
I'm not good with women.
Oh, it's not true. You deal with women all the time.
Yeah, in research, in clinical sessions, I'm not good at dating women, I mean.
Come on.
Stan, this is the first girlfriend I've ever had.
Huh?
You know me, I've never had the nerve. I'm always buried in my work, but Julia's easier. She talks a lot. I like it that she talks a lot. Sometimes I don't even have to.
Could you live with her talking like that for the rest of your life?
I don't know. Look, maybe it's not that bad. She's Dr. Linder's daughter. It might actually help my career.
What?
What?
Would you just listen to yourself?
What?
This is pathetic talk.
No, it's not. It's logical.
It's very pathetic.
It's not pathetic.
Ah, wait, a lot of much pathos.
Why?
Do you love her?
Sure.
For real, I mean. Your answer's taking too long, Charles.
I feel like I could love her, like I will love her.
Oh, but you don't love her yet.
Many cultures for centuries have had marriages based on...
Oh, please, arranged marriage, mumbo, jumbo. Do you love her?
Well, love is a complex issue. It takes many different forms.
Yes, Charles. I am also a psychologist. I understand that love is an onion with many layers. Let me distill this even further for you because I know you're avoiding my question. Do you feel for Julia? Then you darn well better not be engaged. Not yet. You've got to be able to tell her, no, Charlie, you'll be miserable! As I see it, you have two choices. You can risk an attack, which in all likelihood won't happen, or you can make an incredibly wrong life decision like that.
Okay, I'm trying.
Try harder. Are you ready to go? I hope you're ready to go. You know how I don't like to wait.
Yeah, I just need my jacket. Oh, Julia, you remember Stanley Anderholm?
Hello, Stanley.
Hi, Julia. Good to see you again.
Charles, dear, have you told Stanley our good news?
Oh, what good news might that be, Charles?
Why don't you tell him, sweetie?
Charles and I are engaged. We're going to go and tell his mother this weekend. I can't wait to meet her, Charles.
What, are you kidding me? Well, that is just terrific. Just really great, good news. Wow. So, is there a ring?
Stan!
Charles! We forgot the ring! After we go out tonight, can we just skip the movie and go shopping for a ring? That sounds all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Just be careful of those wide-eyed salesmen. They might just try to slip you the most expensive one. Sometimes you just need to say no.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find one that accurately represents our love for each other. Right, Charles?
Right.
Absolutely. I'm just saying that sometimes you can find the prettiest one, and then when they spring that price on you, you can just about have a heart attack. But then again, sometimes it's better to have the attack, huh, Charles?
We better get going. We'll see you, Stan.
Bye.
Bye, Stanley.
Lock up my office, will you?
Okay, yeah. You two have fun now. Just say no, Chuck.
Mrs. Elliot?
Yes?
Mrs. Elliot, you may not remember me. This is Amanda Wells. Mandy. I lived with the Grigsbys for a while. They were my foster parents for about a year. I was good friends with Charlie in 6th grade. Do you remember me?
Oh, for goodness sake, Mandy. Yes, it's been so long. How are you?
Oh, I'm, fine. I've been living out west in California.
California? Are you calling from California?
No, I'm in Indiana now. Sort of passing through. I thought since I was in the area, I would try and call some old friends. Or friend. Does Charlie still live in Denton?
Oh, no. No, Charlie lives in Chicago now. As a matter of fact, you just missed him. He was just here this past weekend with his fiancée.
His fiancée?
Yes, they just got engaged. She's a beautiful girl. Very vivacious. Quite talkative.
Tell me, Mrs. Elliot, how is Charlie doing?
Oh, Charlie is doing very well. He's a doctor of psychology now, and he does clinical research. And he's written some books, you know.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, he's making quite a name for himself in academic circles.
That's great.
Yes, a brave boy with all his panic attacks and such. He decided early on that he wanted to learn as much about the human mind as possible, perhaps as a way to stand up to his own condition.
And, how are his panic attacks now?
Well, I haven't gotten news of any for years. If he is having any, I'm certainly not hearing about them.
That's great. It sounds like he's doing very well for himself.
Well, I think so. You know, Charlie improved noticeably when he was friends with you, Mandy. When you left, his panic attacks worsened for a time, and I often thought that most of his courage must have come from you. Listen, you obviously called to get in touch with Charlie. Let me give you his number.
No, that's okay, Mrs. Elliot. I really do have to get going. But it sure has been great talking to you.
Are you sure, dear?
Yes, yeah. Just checking in. Thanks.
Amanda.
Bye.
Goodbye, dear.
Oh, I can't keep living like this. I want to run. I've got to get away. I have to believe that there's a much brighter day. I can't keep living like this. I'm breaking ties. I've got to find new friends. I want to be free. I want to start again. Start again.
Is that another jam sandwich? Yep. Got any peanut butter on there? Nope. Just jam? Yep. Why do you eat jam sandwiches so much?
I like jam sandwiches.
Do you eat other food?
Yeah, but for lunch I like jam sandwiches.
What kind of jam do you like best?
Apple jam.
Is that what you're reading now?
Yep.
I've never heard of apple jam.
It's kind of rare. My mom says you have to look for it, but she always finds it for me. What are you writing?
A sonnet. It's a type of poem, usually 14 lines long, and usually about love. Do you like poetry?
Sure, I guess.
Do you like love? Here, I'll read you one. Deep within me, love lies in repose, waiting like a hatchling does for flight. The safety of the nest is all it knows. Everything beyond is out of sight. Deep within me, love spreads out its wings, fearless of the peril down below. But gravity pulls down the bird that sings, and strikes upon my love a mighty blow. Deep within me, love yearns to be free. Free to love and to be loved in return. Yet many ruthless fights with gravity have pushed my love back in me, yet to burn. Though afflicted, my love will not rage. There's solace to be found, here on the page.
You wrote that?
Yeah?
I don't think you wrote that.
You don't believe me?
Well, it's just that you're my age.
No.
There's no way I could write anything like that. I don't know half as many words as you know.
I read a lot. All you really need is imagination and a vocabulary. But I did write it. Do you believe me?
Yes.
Good, because it's the truth. Here,
What are you doing?
I'm giving you the sonnet.
But
I want you to have it, but you have to keep it. Never throw it away or lose it. It means a lot to me, okay?
okay. I can't read this.
You can read it. You just have to hold it up to a mirror.
A mirror?
Yeah. I write everything in this book left-handed and backwards.
You write backwards.
Yeah,
But you're not left-handed.
I know, but it takes practice.
Why do you do that?
Because reading something backwards makes you try harder. It slows you down. Poetry should be read slowly, especially if it's about romance.
Romance?
Yeah, romance. You know about romance, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard of it.
Heard of it?
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, romance is beautiful. Romance is about adventure, heroic bravery, and love. It can be pretend, or it can be real.
Is this that thing about you being a princess again?
Yeah. Wait, no. Listen, Charlie, it isn't always like that. Romance can happen in the most simple ways. It's hard to explain. Here. Close your eyes. Imagine that it's very late at night. Fall in silence.
Moving into winter.
Not
Not a flake of snow has made its flight. But in the calm, the season softly enters, offering hope within the bleak and the white. In the distance, a Methodist clock tower chimes midnight. As if to signal the snow to begin falling down. It drops slowly in big flakes lit up by the streetlights. And it hushes the sound of an otherwise much louder town. A young woman has been on the mind of a young man, but he's never approached her afraid she might find him a bore. And his courage has failed in the past, so he can't understand why, compelled by a beautiful night like tonight, he walks up and he knocks on her door, and he says, "Dance with me through the falling snow." The temperature's fine for 3/4 time, and there's no better ballroom I know. So dance with me through the empty streets. The traffic is dead and there's a tune in my head, and without you it won't be complete to do the snowfoot walk. With her consent, he leads her out into the weather, bundled up well and as warm as she was just inside. With his hand on her waist, he still can't believe that he's with her. Into the light of an evening turned white they glide. For nearly an hour they waltz through the streets all alone, till the clock tower strikes 1, interrupting their dancing duet. They gaze at each other, then he says, "I'll walk you back home." But she stops him and says, "I've had a wonderful time, and I don't think this evening should end yet. So dance with me through the falling snow." The temperature's fine for 3/4 time, and there's no better ballroom I know. So dance with me through the empty streets. The traffic is
don't think I'd ever be able to do something like that. Something romantic, I mean. I'd probably get an attack.
I don't think you have to worry about panicking. Look, Charlie. Fireflies. Get as many as you can. The ancient Chinese thought that fireflies were born out of burning grass. And some early Europeans thought that if a firefly flew in through a window, it meant someone was going to die. Do you know what some American Indian cultures used to do?
What?
They would catch fireflies and smear them on their faces and skin. Charlie, whenever I'm scared or lonely, I wait until dark and I run to the hill. I get as many fireflies as I can, and I rub them all over myself. I look up to heaven and I say my prayer in my head. God can't help but notice that. It works, Charlie. Anytime you're scared or panicky, give it a try. God wants us to feel his peace.
Objects on the stage. A scene change, maybe subtle and confined. What offers, though? It gives a spoken page.
Transitions on the page and on the boards are often overlooked and then dismissed. And yet, it seems, the most meaningful rewards are born out of a change or a timely twist.
You'll often find, in art as well as life, substantial matters come from one small shift. When risk and insecurity are right, there may appear a most important gift. This is perhaps a place for an exchange, to have the scene be more about the change.
Well, we were hiring. All of our hosting positions were filled earlier this morning. Yes. Thanks very much. Bye now. Hi. Hi. Is there something I can do for you?
Yes. I read an advertisement that you were hiring.
I'm sorry, all of our harvesting positions have been filled.
Filled?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Have a nice day.
I'm Amanda Wells.
I'm Ann Dutcher.
Dutcher? So you own the orchard?
Yes, with my brothers Ralph and John. They run the farm and the plant, and I run the office and the shops. Did you start the business yourself?
No, our grandfather did. We're third generation. Our orchard's been in business for 67 years.
You deal in more than just apples.
Yes. We grow berries, pears, plums, and fall vegetables like squash and pumpkins. We produce pure maple syrup, honeys, jams, jellies, fresh apple sauce, cider, and a variety of fresh baked goods. Oh, and of course, every type of apple that could grow in the state of Maine. Here's a brochure.
Where do you sell your products?
Well, right here for one. In the fall, people can come and pick their own apples and buy products directly from us. Otherwise, our products are stocked in various grocery stores and gift shops on the East Coast and across the Midwest. We package and can all of our own products and ship them directly to merchants.
Sorry, it's written right. Sounds like a lot to do for a family-run business. Seems to me that you could use another hand around here.
Sorry, honey. We don't really have anything for you.
Someone who's fairly knowledgeable, I mean. Doesn't have to be just harvesting.
What was your name again?
Amanda.
Do you know about apples?
Well, I know that apples belong to the rose family, and the blossoms emerge in late spring and range in color from pinkish white to red. Apples tend to be self-incompatible and need to be cross-pollinated. Most apple farms introduce bees into the orchard to cross-pollinate, which I gather is what you do since you produce your own honey.
Very good.
Apples can be grown by seed, but since seeds rarely improve upon the parent, they're usually propagated by grafting or budding. Did you know that over 25 species of apple exist today, all of which are descendants of two original forms, Pyrrhus malice and Pyrrhus baccata?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, weird. Apples can be affected by any number of pests like cowbin moth, apple maggot, cankerworm, tent caterpillar, and woolly aphid. Other difficulties include diseases like apple scab, rust, apple canker, powdery mildew, and black rot. Chemical, or in your case, organic, pesticides and fungicides tend to be a common solution. Right?
Right. How did you know we use organic?
Oh, that was just a hunch. I've got a good nose. I pay attention to my senses. Oh! Did you know the patron saint of apple orchards is Charles Borromeo, also known as Carlo Borromeo, father of the clergy, apostle of the Council of Trent?
Whoa! That's good. That's very good.
Did you want to hear anything about berries or fall vegetables?
Do they have patron saints too?
As a matter of fact,
never mind. Listen, that's very impressive. You must have worked at an orchard farm before.
No, never. I just read. A lot.
You know all of that just by reading?
Yeah.
Well, reading it and living it are two different things.
I know, but listen, if you had any little job that...
Where are you from?
I've been living in California for a while now.
What brings you to Maine?
It's the opposite of California.
So you're new to the area?
Yes.
That's quite a shiner you got there.
Oh. Yeah.
How did you get that?
Love, are you okay?
Honey, do you have a place to stay?
Not yet.
I'll tell you what. There's a cottage on the farm that we sometimes rent out. You can stay there for the rest of the month, and in return, I will try you out. There's some odd jobs that I could use help with, like running errands and answering phones and gift shop organization, labeling jars, things like that. If you work out and If you want to stay, I'll pay you regular wage after that.
Oh, Miss Dutcher,
Anne.
Anne, thank you so much. You won't regret it. I'm 100% reliable.
Okay, okay. I'll see you in this office tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.
Sounds great.
Do you have any luggage anywhere?
This is it.
I'll call someone to bring you to the cottage.
Actually, if it's all the same to you, would you mind if I walked there myself? I saw a beautiful bluff outside when I came in, and I'd like to spend a little time out there, if that's okay.
Suit yourself. It's not more than a quarter mile down our service road, just past the bluff.
Thank you, Miss Dutcher. You won't regret this.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow morning in this office at 7 a.m.
And call me Anne. Thank you, Anne. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry. Thanks. Bye.
So who was that?
A pretty troubled girl, I think. Her name is Amanda.
Is she a new hire?
Yeah, sort of. She'll be staying in the cottage for a while. Let's keep an eye on her.
Are we expecting some sort of trouble?
No, I just don't think she came here for work.
Then why is she here?
For help.
Still engaged?
Yes?
In love with her yet?
Stan, give me a break.
Did you buy her a ring?
Yeah?
Was it the biggest one she could find?
Yeah.
You know what I think, don't you?
Yeah!
She wants to be married to a doctor. She loves the idea of you more than she loves you. You're a symbol to her.
You think she's vicariously imprinting?
Exactly.
Could be worse.
Listen, if it's not right, Charles, it's not right. Is it right?
Maybe not yet.
Then you're gonna have to tell her no. Jam again?
Yep.
Apple?
Yep.
When did that whole thing start with you?
What thing?
I don't know. Eating apple jam sandwiches every day. I don't think panicking or women are your problem at all. I think you've spent a lifetime sending too much jam to your brain.
When did it start? Man, I don't know, as long as I can remember. You know, Stan, there was once a girl who I felt totally comfortable around. I never felt like I could panic when I was with her. She wouldn't let me.
Aha, now we're getting somewhere. Who was she?
It was amazing. I never told you, Stan, but there was a period in my life after my father died when I stopped talking altogether for over 9 months. They were going to send me to a special school because of that, but this girl, she got me to talk the day we met.
Wow.
Taught me a lot.
Like what?
Just random stuff. Stories and legends, plants and animals, fireflies and romance. And
fireflies and romance?
Yeah.
Romance? What? I thought you said you never had a girlfriend before.
Oh, she wasn't a girlfriend. She was my best friend. My only friend. Oh, she wrote poetry. Awesome poetry. She wrote every poem left-handed and backwards, Stan.
Backwards?
Yeah.
That's unique. Did you love her? Oh, I know you hate that with love being so complicated and all.
You mean, did I feel for her?
That's a start.
Yes.
Romantically?
Yeah, you know, I think so.
That's a girlfriend, Chuck.
Stanley, we were 12.
Yeah, Well, that still counts. Sort of.
Well, we only knew each other for about a year or so, and then she had to move away. That was hard to bear.
You had a broken heart.
Maybe I still do.
Why didn't you keep in touch with her?
I don't know. Some parts of that are really hard to remember. Maybe because we were so young. I've tried to locate her a few times, but I think she still moved around a lot.
I think you're answering a lot of questions for yourself, Charlie. I think you know full well what love is. And it sounds like you might even be thinking of somebody. Somebody else.
Stan, that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, you get my point. Well, time for me to shut up. I've got a meeting at 12:30. Take it easy.
Yeah, okay.
See you later.
So many years and so many miles ever do to us? 2 lives on our own when our world used to be just the 2 of us. Right now, at this moment, at this very time, do you have the same thoughts as mine? My mind keeps wandering. What keeps me wondering where?
Where you are now. Where you are now. Where you are, who you are, what you are, how you are now.
The land I seek was once a home to me, but in my travels I have lost my way. Its silver beach again I long to see, and live beneath its sky both night and day. If hope exists, I send this signal flare, a beacon to the land of hope and care.
Good morning. You're selling gift baskets with jam?
With the jam! Yes, very good. This one is best.
Which one?
This one? This one, yes, very delicious and the best.
Does this one have apple in it?
Apple, yes.
I'll take the one with apple in it.
This one is also best.
Yes, very excellent, delicious, and good with apple.
Excellent.
Cool. Thank you. Hey, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
And a nice day to be having with you.
No. Yes! I mean, no. I will be in just a second.
You didn't forget about us tonight, did you?
No, I just lost track of time, that's all.
How does somebody lose track of time on their birthday?
I just got working on the article I'm writing and whammo, engrossed, never looked up.
Well, our reservations are for 6, so you better get ready to go.
Okay. Wait, I didn't make any reservations. I just thought we were going to go to...
Cafe Mirabelle. I made the reservation. Surprise!
Julia, are you taking me out for my birthday?
Of course. Well, not to play silly, but it sure will be fun, won't it?
Yeah.
Knock.
Hi, Stan.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
No. Not interrupting. Julie and I were just getting ready to go out to eat.
Oh, yeah? Where to?
Cafe Mirabelle.
Ooh, schwanky.
And French.
And French, yes. And not cheap. Stan! Right. Anyway, I'll get out of here. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and I got you this.
Oh, that's a nice gift basket.
It's jam.
Lots of jams, different kinds. I picked that one because it has apple in it.
Thanks, Stan.
Not a problem. Hey, I'll leave you two alone. Have a great night. See you Monday, Charles.
Well, that's a quaint little gift.
Very thoughtful, actually.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's great. It's just not as thoughtful as my present, that's all.
I know that.
What did you just say?
Oh, nothing.
Did you just imply that my birthday present to you isn't thoughtful?
No, I
because
just...
you don't even know what my present is yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be amazing.
How do you know it will be amazing?
Because you said so.
No, I didn't say it was amazing. Sometimes I think you just hear what you want to hear.
Yeah, no.
I didn't say it was amazing. I said it was thoughtful. There's a big difference.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I meant.
I mean, what's so thoughtful about a gift basket full of jam anyways? That's the kind of generic gift that strangers give each other because they can't think of anything better.
I love jam.
Well, so do I, but not enough to buy a friend a basket of it. I mean, how lame is that?
Not lame. I really do love jam. I eat it every day for lunch.
You do?
Yes.
Every day?
Nearly.
Why didn't I know that?
I don't know. I must not have told you.
These secrets have to stop, Charles!
Secrets?
Are there other things about you that you're not telling me?
Yes.
No, baby, I know.
You seem so professional. Is that just a ruse?
What? No.
What if you're some kind of creep with a double life?
Julia, you're letting your imagination run wild.
Listen, you hear about that kind of thing happening all the time.
As far as I know, I'm not a creep, and my one life is plenty.
People who are married, Charles, need to be open and honest with each other, or it will never work.
Yes, I want that.
You do.
Well, yes, I do.
Do you promise to be honest with me?
Yes.
Oh, Charles!
Wait, is that it?
Is what it?
It seemed like we were kind of having a fight there for a second.
You're so cute. You see, that's why I love you so much. I just can't stay angry at you. Is that why you love me so much, too?
Yeah, I just can't stay mad at you either.
Well, you better go get your sport coat. We don't want to be late.
No, we sure don't.
Cafe Mirabelle, here we come.
Cafe Mirabelle.
To be a poet is a blessed thing. A bard who spins the common into gold affords no simple task to make words ring, or bring the warm-starved soul in from the cold. And yet, so often, those who have a light hide its glow, lest sharing bring them fright.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm not sure. I mostly know how I want to be. I want to be happy.
Yeah, but what do you want to do?
Like, for a job?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I'm not sure what my dream job would be. But I think it'd be great to have a book of poetry. I mean, an actual book of published poems that I wrote. That's actually been a dream of mine for a long time.
Mandy, that's great. You need to do it. You can't even do it now. People should see how good you are, Mandy. Oh, Mandy, you need to do it.
Well, it's not that easy.
Why not?
Because I'll never send a poem to a publisher.
What? Why not?
Because.
Mandy, you want people to read your poems, right? I mean, you write them, then give them away. Or put them in the crooks of trees and under rocks. Or even let the wind blow them off the hill. Why don't you keep your poems, then send them in? Or get someone to help you to send them in?
Because, Charlie, poems are a mystery. Pieces of a puzzle. Have you ever been beaten up?
What?
Have you ever been beaten up?
I've been in fights.
Have you ever been beaten up by your dad?
No, my dad never touched me.
Charlie, my dad used to beat me up all the time. Sometimes my mom too.
Really?
Sometimes they just wouldn't stop. They drank so much. Finally, our neighbor saw more than he bargained for. I don't even remember that day. I woke up in the hospital a week and a half later. I was in a coma.
What's a coma?
It's like sleeping, but not on purpose. The doctor said it happens to people when life becomes too much. Some people never wake up from those.
Whoa.
My parents were both arrested that day, and I haven't talked to them since. I had to go through all the government programs and talk to a bunch of doctors. And now, I'm a foster child. People don't like to adopt 12-year-olds.
Mandy, I'm sorry.
Nope, I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. You're my friend, Charlie, because you listen to me. I know I talk a lot, but you listen all the same. Thanks.
I like to listen.
That's why I write poetry, and that's why I lay my poems out. Because then, I can imagine people finding them. Maybe someone will read the poem and sit and think about what it means, and wonder about who wrote it. And I can wonder back to them. And because of my poems, I can pretend that there are more people who care about me. 75 to 80% of people who try to get their poems published are rejected.
How do you know this stuff?
I don't want to be rejected anymore, Charlie. So I just can't take the chance. Because if I lose, it might destroy the hope I have in the people my imagination allows to care for me.
Mandy, I care. I care.
I see. And I see that the apple jam is well on its way to being gone. So, have you even touched the other ones?
No, not yet, but this Dutch apple jam is fantastic.
Dutcher Farms Dutch apple jam, made with tender love and care in small batches from our pantry to yours. Aww.
Yeah, it's really good. You want some?
Nah, that's okay. So, how'd your birthday date go with Julie on Friday? Did she get you a present? A plate.
Lots of plates. She bought me 8 place settings, each with teacups, saucers, salad plates, dessert plates, and dinner plates.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. I guess they're pretty expensive.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So, what are they doing in your desk?
Well, she says they're too good for everyday use, but they're perfect for entertaining guests after we're married.
Thoughtful.
Oh, yeah, you know her, always thinking ahead.
So, are those for you or are they for her?
Oh, let me put some of this jam on a bagel for you, Stan. I know how much you love bagels.
Nice one.
What?
You're dodging another bullet.
Well, okay, so Julie and I kind of almost had a fight the other night.
A fight? Almost, kind of. What does that mean?
Well, it's hard to explain, but it started with me questioning her thoughtfulness.
Oh, bad move.
Yeah, I know. Then my honesty was called into questions, and I was accused of withholding secrets from her. And I was this close to being a creep with a double life.
Yikes. Yeah, but what made it almost a fight?
Well, see, that's just it. For the first time, I kind of felt like having it out with her.
Whoa. Wait, you? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I wanted to scratch beyond the surface a little, you know?
Finally!
Her transformation was a little scary, though.
Really?
Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde. For a minute, I thought this was going to be a bona fide argument, but I remained calm, stood my ground, and suddenly it was over.
Huh.
I told her I'd be honest with her, and snap, back to normal.
Wow. Maybe she is the perfect girl.
Or a ticking bomb.
Charles, see? I am sensing in you much fear.
Okay. Do you want a bagel or not?
Yeah, okay. Just remember my birthday's in 6 weeks, and I don't want a jam basket or plates. Better not forget it this time. Thanks.
Oh.
Hey, that is good.
See, what did I tell you?
Well, that proves it.
Proves what?
I have excellent taste in gifts. I'll be in my office, Charlie.
Yeah. See ya.
Yep.
Stand. Stanley! Come here!
What's going on?
Where did you get this gift basket? Where did you get the basket?
From a gift shop on Linton Street.
It's only on the apple jar.
What?
It's only on the apple jar.
What is?
Here, look at this.
What is this? It's in pen. What language?
Here, hold it up to the mirror.
It's a poem.
It's a sonnet
Written backwards. Hey, weren't you?
It's her.
It's she.
Will you quit with the grammar lesson? This is the girl.
You mean your friend from when you were back in?
It's Mandy. Her name is Mandy.
Well, okay, it's possible, but you can't know for sure.
I know it. It has to be her.
Oh, Charlie.
It has to be her. I just can't believe it. How could this possibly be? I've seen strange things, but nothing like this has happened to me. Stanley, this is the girl that I told you about.
Charlie, I want to believe it, but I must say I still have some doubts. Okay, you found a poem.
A sonnet!
Sonnet! That's what I meant, but just think it through. Could this be a coincidence?
No!
Why?
Because this is the sort of thing Mandy would do.
The world is full of people. If one would do it, why couldn't two?
I just can't believe that. How could this possibly be? I've seen strange things, but nothing like this has happened to me. Who else writes a poem?
Sonnet!
Sonnet! Backwards like this.
I know there's got to be a perfectly logical reason we missed the trip.
What, on me?
Could be. Does anyone know this part of your past?
No, I've never told anyone you were the first and you were the last.
Well, I don't know. For this to be her seems really far-fetched.
Yeah, but every alternative I can think of is as much of a stretch. I just have to believe it. I know I believe it. This has to be her. Stanley, I know it sounds funny, but it would help if you would concur.
Charles, I want to believe it. Who knows, maybe it's her. I'm just saying that there's not enough here for me to be sure.
I remembered something.
Remembered what?
Stanley, this is the first sonnet that Mandy ever gave to me. I've kept it. Now take a look at the two of these and tell me that they aren't written by the same person.
Well, there are some obvious similarities.
It has to be her.
This one certainly is. This one's neater.
Well, she's older. She's had more practice. Look at the T's and the P's.
Huh.
It has to be her.
There certainly does seem to be something here.
It has to be her.
Actually, This is remarkable!
The dots on the I's, the loops on the E's, it has to be her. Who else would it be? Stanley!
It has to be her.
It has to be her!
This is the girl!
It's her!
It's she!
Oh.
It's her! Charles, you son of a gun, I can't believe it! I can't believe it! I just can't believe it! How could this possibly be? I was skeptical, you said it was her, but now I agree.
It's her, it has to be her. I told you it was, and now you see. I've seen strange things, but nothing like this.
I just can't believe how it was, and now you see. I was skeptical, you said it was her, but now I agree. This is the girl, that's the girl, this is the girl that I told you about. This is the girl, this is the girl, that's the girl, and there can't be no doubt. This is the girl,
Has to be her.
this is the girl, this is the girl, this is the girl, this is the girl,
It has to be her.
this is the girl,
It has to be her.
this is the girl,
It has to be. Elusive is the land I wish to reach. A land companioned in companionship. So many lands look like the land I seek. With flags of virtue, men bow with hats tipped. But after landing, it proves all a sham. A clever trick to bring the new ships in. These were angry, brutal, ruthless lands, and not the land that peace and love dwell in. The land I seek was once a home to me, but in my travels I have lost my way. Its silver beach again I long to see, and live beneath its sky both night and day. If hope exists, I send this signal flare, a beacon to the land of hope and care.
If hope exists, I send this signal flare, a beacon to the land of hope and care. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Charlie, what if you're the land she's talking about?
What do you mean?
What if you're the person she's talking about? What if she's trying to contact you?
You mean like some kind of message in a bottle?
Yeah, except with jars. Listen, would this girl do something like this?
Yeah, I think it's exactly something she would do. She hides her poems for people to find, or well, she used to.
Charles, this sounds like an adventure waiting to happen.
Well, it certainly bears some more investigation.
It certainly does, Dr. Elliot. Man. Charlie, Charles. Chuck. I'll just leave you to your thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stan.
No. It's okay, I understand completely. Let me know if you want to have lunch.
Okay. Oh, Stan!
Yeah?
Where did you say you got the gift basket?
Gift shop on Linton Street. Stop by my office if you need directions.
Okay, thanks.
Where you want,
the changing phases of the moon, or happy seasons that fill souls with cheer, or like the notes of some familiar tune that fade and blow away once past the ear. How fleet is gladness when it runs its course. It's never wished away, but off it goes. And then comes anger, followed by remorse, entangling hearts in its own bitter throes. So cycles life. Some take it all in stride and move from step to step with agile foot, while others find a part inside has died, as desperation grows from this small root. The desperate don't always reach for grace. When gladness runs its course, some turn their face.
Charlie! 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 Charlie, I'm moving. I have to leave Denton.
I know.
You do?
Yes.
How?
Because I can feel it. And I found your last 2 poems. You didn't hide those very well.
I wanted you to find those.
Well, I did.
I'm getting new foster parents. They're coming in 3 days. I want so badly to stay. I don't want to leave, Charlie. You're my best friend, and I'm going to miss you more than I've ever missed anything in my whole life. I just don't have a choice. I've been crying for 3 nights. Here. I wrote down the address of my new foster parents. They live in Bloomington. Take it, Charlie. Charlie. Please. Are you angry at me? There's nothing else I can do. It's the system, Charlie.
The system stinks.
I know. I hope you'll write to me. Will you write me? Do you want me to write you? You don't have to tell me now. If I get a letter from you, then I'll know, and I'll write to you. If I don't, then I won't. I hope you will, Charlie. I'll miss you. I'll miss you so much.
Who is it?
It's Julia! Charles, what are you doing in there? It's Saturday night. You open the door, please? What's going on?
I'll be right there.
Is somebody in there with me?
No, it's just me.
Why is this door locked? Can I please come in?
there some kind of psychology experiment?
Well, you could say that, I guess.
Charles, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. Finally, I get a hold of Stanley, who tells me to come and check here first. Didn't you remember about tonight?
No.
The sushi and sashimi booth at the Eastern Culinary Expo, that's tonight.
Oh, really? That's tonight?
Yes, that's tonight.
Do we have to do that?
What? Go to the expo?
Yeah.
Are you telling me now that you don't want to go?
Not really.
But why on earth not, Charles? It's sushi.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I don't really like sushi, and I don't think I even know what sashimi is. And I don't like French restaurants, and I don't like lamb Florentino, and I don't
Charles, where is all of this coming from?
I'm just saying that I think we have different tastes. I don't like some of the things you do. Most things, actually.
What, so you like boring foods?
Well, no.
You like jam?
Well, yes, but...
You like jam well enough to buy hundreds of jars of it at a time.
Julia...
Charles, are you trying to take all the labels off all of these?
Julia, I'd appreciate it.
Are these all apple?
Julia...
Charles, is there writing on
Julia!
Charles, what is this?
Those are fireflies.
Oh! Fireflies?
They're not alive.
You have a jar full of dead fireflies?
It's from my childhood.
That is so gross. Charles, do you collect bugs?
Just these. They're just fireflies.
I don't care. I hate bugs.
Well, yeah, but you mean you don't like fireflies?
They are bugs, aren't they? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
No reason.
Charles!
What?
What's that on the floor?
What? Where?
Right there, right there, right there, right there!
A sandwich?
Under the sandwich, Charles.
A plate?
That's one of the plates I gave you, Charles.
Yeah, it is.
Charles Elliot, that is a Kensington dish. You mustn't use this. Not for a jam sandwich, not on the floor. This is Kensington ware!
Julia, look,
Charles! I told you not to use this until after we were married, and then only for entertaining guests. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes.
So you admit it?
Admit what?
You acknowledge that I told you that?
Yes.
Well, what do you have to say to me, Charles?
Thanks for the nice plates.
No, Charles. You owe me an apology.
What?
You owe me 2 apologies. One for the plate and one for our date.
It's crazy.
I'm not going to stand here all day, Charles. Are you going to apologize to me or not?
No.
No.
No. No.
What?
No.
No what?
No, I'm not going to your sushi festival. No, I'm not going to apologize for using my plate. And no, I'm not going to marry you.
Excuse me?
Julia, I can't do this anymore.
Charles, don't be ridiculous.
This is not ridiculous. This is perfectly normal.
Charles, you've changed.
No, you just never knew me.
I've never seen this side of you before.
Well, better now than later.
It's kind of exciting.
What?
I kind of like it. kind of power.
Julia! No, Julia, no!
Yes, Charlie, yes!
Julia, you are not getting it.
Then teach me. Teach me to get it.
Listen to me. This is a jar of Dutch apple jam.
What?
This is a jar of Dutch apple jam.
Dutch apple jam.
Yes. And on the back of each label is a message. A message to me. It's only on the apple jars. It's not on the other ones. I found 32 of them on the apple jars. That's significant.
The apple jam jars have messages for you.
Poems. Sonnets. Written by a girl that was sent from heaven. A girl that I can't get out of my head. That I haven't been able to get out of my head for nearly 20 years. Do you understand?
Not really.
I am more interested in this girl than I am in you. So I don't think that it's a good idea.
Somebody, some girl from heaven wrote you these. And you think you love her more than me?
Yes.
Charles, this is nothing. It doesn't even make sense. It's like Egyptian or something. Charles, are you feeling all right?
Yes, I'm feeling fine, and it feels great to say no to you.
What are you talking about?
Julia, I'm calling off our engagement.
Charles, do you know what you're saying?
Yes, I know what I'm saying.
No, I don't think you do.
I know what I'm saying.
This can't be right.
It's right.
Charles, I don't see how you're thinking clearly. You told me before that you loved me so dearly. We told all our friends, your mom and my father. You're making me wonder why I even bothered. Think of the life we could have had together. We could have had children named Jason and Heather. Here's one last chance in case you weren't in your right mind. Do you love me?
No.
Fine! I just hope you know that I never loved you. Do you think I'll miss you?
No.
What? Do you want to know what I think?
No.
Well, not so fast, Charles. I wasn't finished. I hope you can see how our life will diminish. Maybe you don't see all that you'll be missing, but you will regret me when you're reminiscing. Most people would kill for my features. It's true. And I would have given them freely to you. But I don't need a man who obsesses himself with jam jars. Have you gone crazy?
No.
Well, I hope you are happy, because I'm walking out. Don't try and stop me.
No.
This is goodbye.
Julia, look. I never meant to cause sadness or anger, but we just do not harmonize. Did you ever bother to get to know me? Did you know that I love fireflies?
Are you kidding me? Is this some kind of joke?
No.
Oh, great. Well, that makes it 1,000 times worse. Well, I do think you're a creep and a freak and a...
Julia!
No, don't even try talking, because my feet are walking. Don't call me, and I won't come knocking. Have a nice life. Jerk!
I see Julia found you.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were here or not, so I decided to check for myself.
Yep, I'm here.
You okay?
I told her no.
You what?
I told Julia no.
Really?
Yep, we're not engaged anymore.
Hey! So, you okay?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I did the right thing.
And you didn't panic?
No, not one bit, but she did not take it well.
But you didn't panic. I'll be honest with you, Charles. Seeing Julia storm down the hall just now, I probably would have panicked.
No, I was pretty sure of myself.
So why do you look like you got hit by a truck?
I don't know. I haven't showered in 2 days.
That's great. No, there's something else.
Well, I mean, I guess I just don't know what to do next. Julia's gone, and I seem to be pursuing a girl I only knew as a kid.
Yep.
Isn't there something wrong with that?
I don't know. You think about her a lot, right?
All the time.
And this is the only girl you've ever felt totally comfortable around, right?
That was almost 20 years ago, Stan.
Yeah, so it's a little weird, but look at this place, Charles! You're obsessed! It looks like you've scoured Chicago for every last jar of Dutch apple jam from Dutcher Farms in Maine. You obviously have more than a passing interest in this girl, or you just like the jam.
What if it isn't her?
What? Are you having doubts now? You had to convince me, remember?
I never wrote her.
Huh?
Just before she moved away, she kissed me and gave me her address. Told me that she wanted to stay in touch, that she wanted me to write. She helped me so much, in so many ways, but I threw away her address, cut her out of my life. How can I face her now?
You were sad and angry. That was a long time ago, Charles. Don't beat yourself up.
I thought that by becoming a psychologist, I could help figure out why I'm such a basket case. But besides, therapy's cheap when your colleagues are therapists, right?
It seems like you've come a long way. Healing doesn't happen overnight.
I'm sick of healing. I want to be healed.
You've had a difficult past, Charlie, I know, but you never talk about your family growing up. You say you stopped talking as a kid when your dad died? Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
Say, do you have that old Rorschach test around here?
Why?
I don't know, let's just do it once.
You want to do the Rorschach test? Nobody does the Rorschach test anymore.
Yeah, that's why we should do it. Just for laughs. Come on. Fun with science.
Old science?
Yeah, whatever. Come on, we won't even do the real thing. Just for laughs.
It's on that top shelf.
Wow, look at this old thing. Pretty cool. All right, Charles, you sit across from me. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. All right. All right. Relax your shoulders. Just relax. Are you relaxed?
Yes. This is stupid.
You're stupid! Now shut up and pay attention. Now I'm going to show you an ink blot. I want you to look at each one for a while and then tell me the first image that you see in each ink blot, okay?
Sure.
All right. Let's start with this one. Do you see anything in this one?
Yes.
What do you see?
My father.
Born to a man and woman is a son. A little boy, a cooing precious one. Innocent and new, into a world that's blue. Pain begins
your son. Look at his fingertips. He has my hands, and he has your nose and lips. Hold him now, Frederick. Hold him for a while. Our boy needs his father. Hold your baby Charles.
He doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look strong.
They say he's perfect. There's nothing wrong.
He's not what I banked on. What I thought he'd be. I'll hold him later. He looks weak to me.
You're doing good, Charlie. All right. Well, let's keep going. Let's do another one. We'll do this one. Do you see an image in this one?
Yes.
What is it?
Jimmy Lucas.
Who's Jimmy Lucas?
Just some kid I used to know.
A troubled boy lives day by day by day, waiting for the day his dad will say, "You're doing fine, son, I'm glad you're mine." It never comes.
Mom, I just saw Jimmy Lucas hug his dad today. His dad was proud he got a B for his spelling grade.
Frederick, on his spelling test, Charlie got an A.
Do you want to hug me, Dad?
That's not how men behave.
Charlie got beat up. Boys at school made him bleed.
A little fighting builds boys up. That's just what Charles needs.
Charlie got sent home today from school after recess.
I got in a fight, Dad. I beat up Jimmy Lucas.
All right, Charlie. Let's just do one more. Let's do this one. Do you see anything in this one?
Yes.
What do you see?
Death. Disappointment. Inadequacy.
Father feels the grip of death's firm hand, replacing strength with a much weaker man. Words still are made that cut deeper than a blade. Pain.
Linda.
I'm right here. Rest yourself. You mustn't speak.
The boy is not to see me. He must never see me weak.
Father?
Charlie, no!
But Mother!
Ah, you little flea! Can't a dying man die with a shred of dignity?
Yes, Father.
Shut your mouth and your whiny little dit. I had hopes, but now it's clear you won't be anything.
But Dad, I want to be with you. Please don't send me on.
I may be your father, but how are you my son?
there anything else that needs to be done?
No. Thank you, Amanda, for your hard work. I appreciate the late nights. The fall is a busy time for us.
It's my pleasure, Anne, as always. Should I gas up the truck when I run to Nickerson's tomorrow?
Yeah, that would be great. Say, Amanda, before you go, could I just talk with you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Why don't you have a seat?
Is something the matter?
Oh, nothing really. There's just a few things we need to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, it's the end of the month, and I think you've been doing an excellent job. You're a hard worker, you're polite, you're extremely resourceful. In fact, I think you may be the most creative person we've ever had around here. You're obviously very intelligent, and I think you've been working out very well for us. How do you feel the past month's gone?
I really love it here. Everyone has been so welcoming. It made me feel so at home. I like the orchard. I like the variety. I like the work. I'd have to say, I love the bluff just past the orchard. It's so beautiful there.
I see up there a lot. You like to write up there.
Yes.
What sort of things do you like to write?
Oh, lots of things. Poetry mostly.
Poetry? What kind of poetry do you write?
I write sonnets.
Sonnets? Like Shakespeare's?
I know each one of his by heart.
I'm sure that you do. Well, see there, another hidden talent you brought to Dutcher Farms. Amanda, do you, by any chance, show your poems to anyone?
Not very often. Not in the traditional sense.
Would you ever show me? Amanda, do you ever write your poems backwards?
Why?
You do, don't you? Ralph brought these in from the labeling room. He found writing on the backs of the labels. These are your poems, aren't they, Amanda? Do you mind telling me what this is all about? I mean, Amanda, I'd like to take you on as a regular employee. It's just, you're something of an enigma to us. You blow in here like the wind with nothing but the clothes on your back, a small bag and a black eye saying that you've been in California for a while. You impress everyone with your intelligence and your work ethic and your creativity, and now we find that you write sonnets backwards and stick them on our jam jars. Frankly, I'm entitled to a little background here. What's your story? Are you in some sort of trouble?
No.
Are you running from something?
Anne, I think I'm cursed. I don't know if I'm naive or subconsciously attracted to men who like to smack women, or if the words hit me are written across my forehead in invisible ink. But every relationship I've ever had, starting with my parents, has unloaded on me like a ton of bricks. All but one.
Every relationship but one?
Yeah. I was a kid, but the memory of that one gives me hope that someday I might have something like that again. Poetry is the vehicle for my hope, Anne. I've been sending sonnets out into the world since forever, in any and every way possible. I won't put them on the back of jars anymore. I would like to stay. It feels safe here.
Amanda, are you running from something?
I just don't really want to be found. Not now. Not for a while. But I guess, in a way, Sort of searching, too. I'm not making much sense. I guess I can't explain it. Amanda. You can stay, Amanda. I want you to stay. I'll see you tomorrow.
I don't know adventure. I've never seen much more than where I am now. Somehow, this girl, it seems, has seen a lifetime of bouncing around like a ball. That's all. Is there only so much love in the world, and not enough for some? How does happiness move into despair? What about the lonely ones? I can't say that I understand, but if she's in need, I'll do what I can. A broken heart needs to stop running before it can mend. Is there only so much love in the world, and not enough for some? Lord, I offer to you this simple prayer. Take care of this lonely one. This lonely one. This lonely one. This lonely one.
More light is coming our friend's way.
Light?
Hope.
Where would you like it?
Shine it right down there, if you please.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
Stanley! Stanley!
What? What's up?
This is what's up.
Well, what's that?
It's a letter from my mother.
Oh, how's Mom?
Oh, well, Mom seems to be doing very well. She's taking a painting class at night. I guess she really likes it.
Good. You didn't stop me to talk about your mother, did you?
No, well, sort of.
Huh?
Amanda called my mother.
She did?
Yes.
When did she call?
Here, listen. Dear Charlie, I'm sorry things with you and Julia didn't work out.
Since you wrote and informed me that your engagement has been called off, I was reminded of a tidbit of news that I may have been negligent in passing on to you. Amanda Wells. You remember Mandy, your childhood friend? Well, She called about 2 months ago, and she was very interested in any news of you, but when I offered to give her your number, she wouldn't take it. I'm sorry I forgot to tell you. I hope you're doing well. Love, Mom.
So, is that good news or bad news?
She called. She was looking.
That's good news.
Yes, that's good news. I think this is the boost of confidence that I needed.
Great!
I think I can face her now. I want to face her.
Oh, there's the confidence, Charlie!
I want to do it. I have to do it.
All right!
But I need your help.
Oh, boy.
Listen, Stan. You believe me, right? That Mandy's the one writing the sonnets on the back of the jam labels? Come on, Stan. This is when I need you. Don't be a wuss.
Yeah. She's the one.
Okay. So those jars all come from Dutcher Farm Orchards in Maine. I found out where that is. It's in Heartland, Maine.
Okay.
Next week, the Society has another meeting in Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
And I'm on the schedule to deliver a paper again.
You're on the roster again with such short notice? How'd you pull that one off, Charlie?
I guess they still wanted me, even after I bombed last time. I'm not keynoting, and I'm not in their current ad packet. It's a small group, but still terrifying.
Wow.
I figure I can always bow out at the last minute if I have to.
Charles...
But I'm not going to. I'm facing my fears, sort of.
No conditions, Charles. No sort ofs.
Okay. Look. I have confidence that I can speak in front of an audience of my peers without panicking or breaking down
If what?
If you go to Heartland and find Mandy and make sure she's in the audience.
What?
Come on, Stan.
No way!
One time.
No, you have to find her for yourself. You can't just dodge one fear for another.
Look, it's taking time, a long time, but I know I'm getting better. I need to take this a step at a time. Look, this isn't even about the speech. I don't care about the speech. The speech is just a means of getting Mandy into the same room as me.
Why do you need a means of getting together? Just go and visit her.
Facing public humiliation and possibly even damaging my professional credibility is an easier step than that. Look, Stan, I know that if Mandy comes to the presentation, the speech will take care of itself. She gave me confidence once before. If I can simply be assured of her presence, then I know I'll have confidence. She gave it to me before, then I'll be able to face her.
Charles, what if she's not like that anymore? I mean, what if she's not the same person you remember as a kid?
I don't know. I mean, not that I haven't thought about it.
And what if she doesn't come?
She will.
How do you know that?
I've been reading her sonnets. Will you help me, Stan?
That is some seriously convoluted logic, you know.
Stan, please.
This is a mind block.
I know.
This is not good therapy.
One time, Stan.
A step at a time?
A step at a time.
Okay, I'll do it. Don't even think about hugging me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Good afternoon. Is something I can do for you?
As a matter of fact, yes, I'm looking for somebody who might work here.
Okay, can I get the name of the person you're looking for?
Amanda Wells. Is everything okay?
Yes, sir. Everything's fine.
So,
Yes?
Is there an Amanda Wells who works here? She might go by Mandy.
Wells?
Yes, Wells.
Well, I can tell you right now that name doesn't ring a bell.
There's nobody by that name?
Oh, well, it's possible. It's just the name's not a familiar name to me.
Do you really have that many employees that you can't remember the names of the people who work here? Doesn't strike me as that big of a place.
So, we are round in the corner of harvest season. We have a lot of workers who freelance at this time of year, and if you're expecting me to keep track of everybody's name right off the top of my head...
Oh, no, but surely you must have records of those on your payroll. I can't imagine it would take too long to look up.
Listen, Mr...
Anderholm. Stanley Anderholm.
Mr. Anderholm, do you work for the government?
No, I'm a psychologist.
Are you a friend of Amanda Wells?
Aha! She does work here.
Does she know you?
No, I'm here for a friend. His name is Charles. It's a long story. Listen, could I please just talk to Amanda? I need to talk to Amanda. Thank you.
Ralph, could you and John come up to the office right away? We may have some trouble here.
No, there's no trouble.
Oh, good. I'm very glad of that. Listen, Mr. Anderholm, depending on the requests of each respective individual who works here, we are legally obliged to withhold any information about our employees. As for this Amanda Wells, I will look into the matter. If she does, in fact, work here and wishes to speak to you, then I'll be able to give you more information tomorrow. There's nothing more I can do for you today.
Tomorrow will be too late. I need to see her today. I can't come back tomorrow. I have to see her now.
Sir, if you're going to cause a scene, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, listen. This label comes from this orchard, right?
Yes.
Look on the back. Have you ever seen anything like that before? You have, haven't you? Look, I'm here for a friend. His name is Charles Elliott. Charles has a poem from his childhood best friend. Her name was Amanda Wells. He showed me her poem, and it looks just like that. Every hook of the J, every dot of the I is an exact match, and it's backwards. Listen, gang, I know Amanda works here, is here, or something. I study liars every day for a living. Some people are really good at it. No offense, but you guys suck. Refreshing, actually, very refreshing. Look, if you won't let me speak to Amanda, could you please just give her this note for me? Look, Charles is giving a speech. He's delivering an academic paper tomorrow afternoon at a meeting of the National Psychology Society in Portland tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the Heritage Miles Hotel. Look, it's very, very, very important to Charlie that Amanda comes to this. Look, it's also very important that Amanda gets this note. She needs to see it today. Will you give her this note?
She'll get the note.
Does she have a phone number or some way that I can
She'll get the note.
Does she have a way to get to Portland? Look, this is for a gas ride, taxi, something. Could you please make sure that Amanda gets this too? Well, thanks for all your help, guys. I'll just see myself out. Toodles!
Sometimes, the quickest way to move ahead is only found in turning to go back. The poor will find great wealth in simple bread. The rich are driven mad by what they lack. To fail is the foundation of success. Success is failure's favorite place to lurk. In giving is a man most amply blessed, and play can render most important work. The lives of all are filled with paradox. A blessing well conceived can be a curse. When opportunity steps up and knocks, how often does it play out in reverse? Is love exempt from this contrary call? When doubt and fear and time create a wall? Hearts there are, but from one die were cast, both of them vexed with a tormented past. Hope keeps them living, displaces their pain, a hope that their hearts might share one beat again. But time can mar hope, though the heart wouldn't will it. The heart can grow scared of that which could fulfill it.
What if fulfillment no longer exists? I run away. and keep my hope. My heart can't take the risk.
I'm telling you, it wasn't easy going.
Okay, but she's there?
They didn't openly admit that she's there, but she is. There isn't a doubt in my mind.
So, you left a note for her?
I left a note mentioning this speech and that it was very important to you that she be here for it. I left some money as well, just in case she didn't have a ride.
But you don't know if she's coming or not?
I have absolutely no idea. Those people were tough nuts to crack. The head lady seemed perfectly nice. Then when I mentioned the name Amanda Wells, she got really weird and mother hennish.
Stanley, she's gotta come. My speech is next. I'm on in less than 5 minutes. Way more people showed up than I thought.
You're a popular guy.
This isn't good.
Listen, Charlie, don't panic. I have a hotel steward looking over the registration list right now. She might be in the room. Shh, just don't worry.
What if she didn't get the note? Do you think she got the note?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she got the note.
Well, if she got the note, she would come, right?
You're asking me? You told me she'd be here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What did you find out?
There doesn't seem to be anyone by the name of Amanda Wells on the registration list, sir.
Were there any backward signatures on the list?
Pardon me, sir.
Were there any signatures that looked like they were signed backwards?
I didn't notice any backward signatures, sir. Would you like me to go and check again?
Sure, go check again.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Elliot?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm introducing you. We're ready to go in about a minute. Is that all right?
Yes, that's fine. He's ready.
Terrific. Just want to say it's an honor to have you here. We're very much looking forward to your speech.
Thank you.
Do you hear that?
Oh, I need her to be here. This room is a lot bigger than they said it would be.
All right, Charlie, listen. Don't panic. I don't know that she's here, but that doesn't mean she isn't here. You wouldn't be able to see her in that crowd anyway.
He's starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues.
I can't do it.
Charlie.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't be here.
All right, Charlie, listen. I know you. You panic when you don't take your own advice. You're fooling yourself into thinking that your future life and happiness are all hinged on the presence of a girl. Am I close? That's a lot of pressure to put on one little girl, isn't it?
She's a woman now.
No, Charles, you only know the little girl. The woman is out there somewhere. She might be in the room. She might not be. But the little girl is right here. You've been carrying her around for a long time. And this is where your hope comes from. You've been depending on it for a really long time. But what you really want is out there. The speech will take care of itself. It will come to a conclusion and everyone will be gracious. But then you have to go find what you want out there by yourself.
Dr. Elliot is an honored recipient of the Glenn Fellowship for Research in Psychology.
Wow. That was a pretty good pep talk, Stan.
I've read all your books. That stuff ought to sound familiar.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming...
There are no backward signatures, sir.
Thanks for your trouble.
No trouble at all, sir.
This speech is nothing.
Thanks, Stan.
Dr. Charles Elliott.
Behind the scenes of our daily reality, there's a crew who's setting the stage. There's an author who writes it all carefully. We take our cues from the page. The world is a stage and life is a play, a well-written, drama-filled, poetic universe. We are all made for the parts that we play, and every so often the spotlight's on us.
And every so often the spotlight's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here. Today I'd like to talk to you about perception. Excuse me.
The orchard is closed to visitors. It'll be open again tomorrow at 9.
Oh, well, I was just looking for someone. I think she works here. Might you know anyone by the name of Amanda? Amanda?
Charlie?
It's you. I'm looking at you. I can't believe it.
Me neither.
How long has it been?
We were kids.
Long time.
A long time. How have you been?
Oh, okay. And you?
Fine.
Glad to see you.
Likewise. So, you gave a speech today.
You knew. You got the message.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't come.
You did, actually. You were there. It's complicated.
It went well?
It went okay, I guess. I don't really care.
I think you're doing really well, Charlie. I've read your books. They're very good.
You've read my books?
Yeah. Published Doctor of Psychology. I always knew you'd be something great. And I guess other congratulations are in order too.
What for?
Well, you're getting married, I hear.
No.
What?
No, I'm not getting married.
When I talked to you, I thought... I'm sorry. I guess I heard that you were engaged to someone.
I was. I'm not anymore.
What happened?
I started getting your letters.
Letters?
Yes.
I wrote my last letter to you when I was 12.
Oh, well, yeah, but...
Charlie, you were supposed to write back to me if you wanted to stay in touch. Did you want to stay in touch?
Yes.
Why didn't you write me? You never wrote me. You could have written me just one lousy letter. Why didn't you write me?
I don't know.
You don't know? You were my best friend, Charlie.
Look, Mandy, it was a stupid mistake, and I've been sorry for it for over half my life. Mandy, I wanted to love my fiancée. I wanted to say that she was the best thing that ever happened to me, but I couldn't, because you were. Then I got these.
What are those?
They should look familiar. 97 of them. Backward sonnets I pulled off of jars of Dutch apple jam from Dutcher Farm orchards. I believe they're yours.
Oh.
These reminded me that you were still out there. No one else could have done this, Mandy. I think these are written to me. Is that true?
You found 97 of them?
I went looking. My office is full of jars. My friends think I'm crazy. Here, I have something for you.
What?
You once told me it was a dream of yours to have a book of poems, a published book of poems of your own.
What's this? Jam Jar Sonnets by Amanda Wells.
I talked to my publisher and showed him the poems. He was impressed. Oh, look. They're in the book, both backward and forward. People can read them slower that way. The way you wanted them to. This book is just a prototype. All you have to do is consent to its publication, and books just like that one will go to bookstores and libraries all around the world. No more hiding your poems under rocks or in the nooks of trees or even on the back of jam labels.
I don't know what to say.
I wondered if you'd ever want to give me sonnets again, instead of hiding them for me or others to find.
What?
I've missed you, Mandy. Mandy, I'd like for us to get to know each other again. Look, I know your life hasn't been easy. I know you've been hurt by a lot of people.
How do you know that?
It's in your sonnets.
My sonnets? You think you can understand all that?
Yes, I think so. I'd like to help if I can.
Help?
Yes.
I can't do this.
Do what?
I thought this is what I wanted, but I can't do this.
What do you mean? Do you want me to go?
I appreciate the book, Charlie. And it touches me more than I can say. But I can't go through with it.
Look, Mandy, I'm not asking. You don't have. Maybe we could just spend a little time together.
I'm sorry.
Look, I've gone through quite a lot just to be standing here in front of you.
I can appreciate that. And I'm sorry.
I understand if you're scared, Mandy. I'm scared too.
No, Charlie. Your scared is different than my scared.
How so? Look, I'd like to help if I can.
Do you think you're strong enough to do that? You couldn't even stand to face me when you invited me to your speech. You had to send your friend. And when we were friends, you were the one who gave out on me. Those sonnets were for you, Charlie. I'm amazed that you intercepted 97 of them. I've been watching and waiting for this day for a long time. But now that it's here, forgive me. I don't have the trust that you do.
Amanda,
Charlie! I'm not that little girl anymore who used to help you through your troubles. I've got my own, and I'm scared. I don't have all the answers anymore. I've been living in hope for so long that now I'm too scared to give it up. We were good friends once, Charlie. And it means a lot to see you now. But I think we should just leave it at that.
I want more than that.
That's all I'm able to give.
Amanda,
Charlie, please.